I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Thursday. Oh, baby. Thursday, May the 12th, 2011, 4 p.m. Eastern. What a day. What a day. Oh, my goodness, what a day. Aussie dollar with a shocking number. Unfortunately, we didn't go all in on that. I was hoping it was going to be a good number we could then sell on the news. Crude, silver, gold, all starting the day down, Asia and Europe. But certainly a shocking number out of Auslan, dropping a ton of jobs out of nowhere, down 22,100. But the revision was higher, 43,000. But still, that's about a 40,000 miss. And that's a big miss. But we certainly had plenty of other data coming out last night in Europe as European numbers coming out. French CPI a little bit weaker than expected, 0.5%. We had London manufacturing, industrial production all weaker than expected. Manufacturing production only up 0.2. Industrial production is supposed to be up 0.9, only up 0.3. So hopefully you listen to my advice. You sold cable into the number. But again, some of the other trades like pound Aussie we got out. You'll see again. Take a look at my trade recs on my homepage, and you see I wanted to be out of that number, out of that pound Aussie before, which pound Aussie completely reversed. Oil coming back. It was down over 250, I think, $3 at one point. So down 95 zone. Silver really not bouncing that much. Gold coming back over 1,500. But again, U.S. side of the equation. Retail sales I thought were a little bit disappointing, but core side up 0.6 versus 0.7. Revision was higher. Headline number coming out 0.5. Unemployment claims in the U.S. At 434. And again, you see the stock market. We basically were down, trying to make a break for that 1330. Didn't make it. And I got to tell you, the stock market, very impressive. Today, we really should have sold off. Bernanke on the Hill, I thought his comments were kind of negative. Bond yields are up, dollar yen down. I get it. Oh, baby, I get it. Crazy, this dollar yen. It just doesn't want to rally, huh? House price number out of Canada, a little bit weaker. Up 0, a donut. Industrial production at Eurozone is unchanged at down 0.2, I'm sorry. Supposed to be up 0.4. Revision was higher. Retail sales are, again, the U.S. were revised a little bit higher, so a little bit better. GDP estimate at NISA out of London, only up 0.3. Revision was lower as well. U.S. PPI numbers a little bit hotter, up 0.3. On the core, headline up 0.8 versus 0.6 on the estimate. U.S. unemployment claims at 434. Again, you take a look at this dollar index chart. It certainly looks like a possible reversal. Nice shooting star there. I do think the dollar is going to be a little bit weak tonight in Asia, Europe. Euro dollar with a nice little hammer. But, you look at this S&P. Listen, any close above 1360, we're going up big. And, again, maybe it's going to be QE2. Maybe QE2 ending in June. Everyone's looking for that May sell-off, that flash crash. Maybe we don't start selling off until QE2. But, again, until then, we might, listen, we're building a base possibly for an explosion. We got to close below 1330. That'd be a big negative for the market, in my opinion. But until then, it looks like we're going to be choppy. But again, looking at this dollar index, looks to me like we're going to have a little bit of a sell-off again. I am looking for the dollar to sell off again tonight, maybe in Europe, Asia, Europe. And then Michigan sentiment coming out. We got plenty of numbers coming out that can move the market. Bernanke speaking later tonight. I don't think he's going to say anything major. Chinese leading index coming out last month up 0.3. Probably in line to a little bit weaker. We got some GDP numbers coming out of Eurozone. French, German, up 0.6, 0.9 respectively. Headline, GDP out of the Eurozone 5 a.m. Eastern. That's supposed to come out up 0.6. I don't think it's going to be that good. So, you get a German number up 0.9. I think Germany might be a little bit on the weak side, up 0.8. Maybe get a little weaker GDP. But again, I think if the euro rallies tonight, I think you want to be selling after the event. Maybe a better GDP number, and then you sell. I think the dollar's going to go out the week strong. We have some nice U.S. numbers coming out also. Core CPI and Michigan sentiment. Michigan sentiment is a barometer. A lot of fund managers use that as a barometer of the general marketplace for sentiment, confidence. They're looking for 70. I can see this number being weaker. I think the stock market's going to close on the weak side. I truly do. Maybe I'm hoping and praying. Maybe I'm not. But again, this Aussie number, I think silver still looks weak to me. Oil still looks weak under 100. Gold can't really hang out above 1,500 much, really. And you take a look at this euro dollar, and it definitely looks like it may bounce. Maybe get a bounce up to 43.50, maybe even 44, and then a little reversal. But to me, this thing is busted. We got a nice head and shoulders brouhaha. Maybe even get to 145. Big spot there. We got a nice little neckline brewing in the euro dollar pair. Broke this whole uptrend channel line. And I think it's going to roll over. Nothing goes up or down a straight line, obviously, as you know, if you're listening to my show. Obviously, you know that. And you take a look at the hourly chart on the euro dollar. And we see, coming up to nice resistance. Channel line resistance right here. But we're trying to break out. And we get a little breakout here. I got to tell you, we could easily see 43.50. Why not? Got a little channel line here. But that would be my spot tonight if we get a little pop in the GDP at the Eurozone. And then we reverse dollar rallies into the weekend. Because, again, the weekly chart still looks very good. I don't buy this. We take a look at dollar Swiss, for example. Possible reversal. I still like it long. But certainly, listen, big-time channel resistance. I still want to hit this channel line. Probably going to pull back maybe down to about 88. I'll be looking to buy it there. I wouldn't be chasing the dollar at this point. I think we come a nice long way. We look at some of the other charts. Nice reversals today. We should get some continuation. This dollar Canada, unbelievable. Oh, baby. Hopefully you took some off up there like we did. It did it again. Can you believe it, Ronnie boy? It did it again. Oops. Did it again. And you look at this, where is it? Where's my Aussie dollar chart? Come on, baby. Where are you? Well, we'll take a look at dollar yen from right now. And again, this dollar Canada, I don't know if it's going to take out 96. If crude and metals are all up, obviously it might. But I think we want to buy the pullback. Again, this thing is trying to turn. Dollar Canada trying to turn. I still think we're going to hit my channel line here around 98. You look at this dollar yen, nice little reversal. But again, we hold 80.50. No, we hold 80.50. It's bullish. The weekly close is going to be big. Bond yields are up. If Michigan sentiment's better, and I'll be wrong on that if it is, but if Michigan sentiment's better, can easily see this thing taking out 81.50. A close above 81.50 and dollar yen looks great. New Zealand, again, this Aussie Kiwi, because of that Aussie number, really very weak. I think this New Zealand dollar, to me, looking very bullish, but again, Aussie Kiwi looks very weak. And I think this New Zealand only being pushed up because of that. Nothing out of fundamentals, mostly because of the Aussie. And I'll tell you, there was a nice trade last night. Could have showed that New Zealand dollar around 79.20, went down to what? 78.50. Looked pretty good. And again, you look at this Aussie dollar. And again, to me, it's a nice double top. That was a horrible jobs number. Yes, it made a comeback. But unless we take out this channel line, we might even get bullish engulfing. Maybe we pop up. I don't think so. Unless we take out 107.10, next stop would be around 108.50. I don't think it's going to get there. But I think that, yeah, we had a nice little hammer today, sort of. I would like to have seen it close a little stronger, but I think we'd easily come back down. I think this Aussie double topped. That was a horrible number. I think Aussie Kiwi, you take a look at that chart. And I think, when you take a look at this chart, that one looks very weak. Take a look at this dollar Swiss. And again, we take a look at this dollar Swiss chart. To me, it's going to come in, but I still like it to the long side. And sterling, with those monster, terrible numbers, to me, cable's numbers were not very good. Growth is not very good. And I'm looking for sterling to follow through to the downside. You look at this Aussie Kiwi on the daily. That could be a very nice trade here, people. Look where this thing has come. I got a nice channel line support, much lower. Maybe even 130. Certainly a big breakout here. Come in for a double bottom, 132. I'll take 200 pips, will you? Yeah. So I like this Aussie Kiwi short a lot. Cable, I think, is busted. Took out previous day lows. There's a new multi-week low. And again, I think this dollar rally is not over. But, like I said, I think the dollar sells off and we could definitely buy it much better. Yes, do we hold this channel line here? Sure. But, cable pops up. Maybe sell it at 63.20. Be a good level. We actually sold cable gorgeous last night, 63.80. And I think cable certainly is going to break this channel line, head much lower. We definitely could not break out above this whole 170 level. I think cable, you take a look at this channel line here, and I think we're looking at 160. More of a longer term channel line. Actually, it's about 160.50. I think there's another 200 pips left in this cable for sure. And again, we look at Euro Sterling, looks like it wants to pop as well. And again, look at this New Zealand dollar. I think we head back down. I'm not buying it. And if I'm right about Michigan sentiment, that's weaker. Dollar yen's crucial. But again, dollar yen continues to try and grind higher. Over 81. A lot of people bullish on it. I still like it. Dollar Canada, once again, I still think it's okay. I think at some point, we're going to pop through 97. If I'm right about silver heading lower to end the week, and the metals and oil heading lower, and the stock market selling off into the close tomorrow, you can see dollar Canada pushing nicely higher. Dollar Swiss still, again, I think it's going to close the week strong, but it's going to be weak tonight. And again, you look at this euro dollar hourly chart with all my channel lines. Hang on. And I think it's trying to push higher. We're flagging. We took out the lows. Now we're holding the breakout here. Looks like it wants to break a little higher here. Euro dollar looks good. Again, obviously you want to watch out for any Greece information, any Greece restructuring of their debt, any deal, yada yada. GDP coming out tonight, maybe better. We'll see. But on the hourly, it looks to me like we're going higher. And again, you take a look at the daily, and we could easily pop up. It's busted, but we could easily pop up to 144. I think 143.50 you start legging in. That's about 110 pips from here. So, and as far as the S&P is concerned, we could probably pop up 3, 4, 5 handles, be strong, and then reverse on weaker U.S. numbers, Michigan sentiment in particular, maybe a hot CPI. We'll see. All right, team, I'll see you back at 5 o'clock around there. Half an hour. See you back in a half an hour. 4:45 there, Rothmere. I'll take the red dot off you if you want. There you go, buddy. But again, see you back in half an hour, everyone. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at info@globalfxradio.com. Remember, I got that year-end special, people. Every day that ticks by, it's going to cost you more on a monthly basis. $600 US to the end of 2011. And then I'm doing no more deals month to month. Oh, baby. Time to take advantage, people. Again, that Aussie was tremendous. Cable was tremendous. Gave back in the Euro. Gave back in the Aussie and New Zealand. Wasn't a great day, but, profitable. We'll take it. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And remember, always look at my trade recs. Those of you that have been emailing me about my performance and everything, you could track my trade recs every day. I post them on most of the time on my website, right below on the homepage. And you can see my trade recommendations every day from the previous day. So I highly encourage you folks that are curious about my performance to do that. And remember, I have a Q&A at the top left corner of my homepage as well. For any, it's very long, but it'll answer most of your questions. And that's it. No free Friday, no soup for you. Andrew Spanton. Go premium already, people, your freebies. Global Markets Radio. Oh, baby, the only market, the only voice you'll ever need truly loves to make you money. Have a good night. Remember, dollar down, close the week strong. Bye-bye.